In the world of basketball, Michael Jordan is seen as one of the greatest players ever. His skill, his mindset, and his hunger to win made him a true legend. But what if there was another side to him? A side that was intense, even harsh at times? One of the most shocking moments in his career was the day he punched his own teammate, Steve Kerr. Why would a leader do something like that? What really happened inside that practice? Was it just anger or something deeper? This story is not just about a fight, it's about pressure, competition, and the true cost of greatness. So what really went down that day? If you want to hear the full story, make sure to like this video and subscribe to GOAT Report for more real stories behind sports legends. The Chicago Bulls dynasty. To understand this moment, we need to go back to the late 1990s when the Chicago Bulls were on top of the basketball world. This wasn't just a good team, they were dominant. They had already won championships, and every season came with huge pressure. Fans expected wins. The media expected wins. And inside the team, the pressure felt even bigger. At the center of everything was Michael Jordan. He wasn't just the best player, he was the leader. He controlled the energy of the team. In practice, in games, even in small moments, everyone followed his example. Jordan demanded perfection, not only from himself, but from every teammate around him. If someone was not giving their best, he would push them harder, and slowly that constant pressure started to build. That's when things began to get intense, on winning at all costs. Michael Jordan had a very simple mindset. If you want to win, you have to give everything you have. He pushed himself harder than anyone else on the court. But what made him different was how he treated his teammates. He pushed them just as hard, sometimes even more. Jordan believed one thing very strongly. If his teammates could not handle pressure in practice, they would not be ready for the pressure in real games. So he made practice feel like a real battle. He talked trash. He challenged players. He tested them, not just physically, but mentally too. For some players, this helped them grow and become stronger. But for others, it felt too much to handle. Still, Jordan didn't focus on feelings. He cared about winning. He cared about results. And in his mind, this was the only way to build a championship team. Who was Steve Kerr? Steve Kerr was very different from Michael Jordan. Kerr was not a superstar, and he was not the main scorer on the team. He was a role player, someone who came off the bench and helped in important moments. But what he didn't have in fame, he made up for with intelligence and confidence. Kerr was known for his accurate shooting, especially from long distance. He had a calm personality and stayed composed, even in high-pressure situations. He also had a strong understanding of the game, which made him valuable to the team. What really made Kerr stand out was his confidence. He was not afraid to speak his mind, even to someone like Jordan. And that confidence would soon lead to a moment that no one in that gym would ever forget. Tension. During practice. The incident happened during a practice session before the 1995-96 season, a year that would later become historic for the Chicago Bulls. At that time, the team was training very hard, and practices were extremely intense. Every player felt pressure to perform at a high level because expectations were very high. During one scrimmage, things slowly started to get heated. Michael Jordan was playing with his usual aggressive style. He was pushing everyone, talking trash, and demanding full effort from his teammates. But this time, Steve Kerr did not stay quiet. Instead of backing down, he responded. He pushed back and talked back, which was something very few players ever dared to do with Jordan. Most players would stay silent, but Kerr stood his ground. And that's when the tension in the gym really started to rise. The argument escalates. As practice went on, the tension between Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr kept growing. They started exchanging words. At first, it was normal basketball talk, competitive and emotional. But slowly it became personal. Jordan kept pushing, and Kerr kept answering back. Neither of them backed down. And in one heated moment, everything crossed the line. The punch. Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr. It happened very fast. One moment they were arguing, and the next moment Jordan threw a punch. The gym went completely silent and everyone was shocked. This was no longer just talk, it was real. Kerr did not fight back. He stayed strong, but the moment had already passed. Practice stopped, and everyone knew something serious had just happened. Shock and tension. After the punch, the room went silent. Coaches and players quickly stepped in to calm things down. Michael Jordan, a player known for his focus and control, had gone too far. For a team leader to hit a teammate was shocking and not normal. Even with his intense nature, this crossed a line. Deep down, Jordan understood he had made a mistake and felt the weight of it. Michael Jordan's realization. Later, Michael Jordan admitted he had made a mistake. He knew he had gone too far that day. Jordan always pushed his teammates hard and believed in toughness. but hitting someone was never the right way. He felt real regret for what happened. This moment was important because it showed that even the greatest players can lose control. Jordan later said it was one of the few times he truly let his emotions take over. Or he was not proud of it and understood that being intense didn't mean hurting others, a lesson he carried forward in his career. The apology. Michael Jordan apologized to Steve Kerr, and it was a sincere apology, not just a quick sorry. Jordan realized Kerr had done nothing wrong. He was only standing up for himself. Jordan knew he should have respected that instead of reacting with anger. Kerr accepted the apology, and from there, the story took an unexpected turn. Steve Kerr's perspective. Steve Kerr didn't hold a grudge against Michael Jordan. Instead, he saw something important. Jordan's intensity came from his strong desire to win. Kerr understood that being on a championship team meant facing pressure, strong emotions, and sometimes conflict. He chose not to let the fight break the team apart. By moving forward, Kerr earned Jordan's respect, showing that patience and understanding can turn a tough moment into a positive one. From conflict to trust. After the fight, things between Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr changed. A new respect grew between them. Jordan saw that Kerr wasn't afraid and could handle pressure. Kerr showed he could face tough situations without losing control. This created trust between them. In an unexpected way, that moment of conflict actually made their relationship stronger, proving that even hard moments can bring people closer when handled with courage and understanding. Leadership is not perfect. This story teaches an important lesson about leadership. Even the greatest leaders make mistakes. Michael Jordan is known for his excellence, but he was human. He lost control and acted wrong. What mattered most was his response. He took responsibility, apologized sincerely, and learned from the moment. True leadership shows in how you grow after your mistakes. A historic comeback. After that intense period of training, the Chicago Bulls had one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. They finished with a 72-10 record, the best ever at that time, and went on to win the NBA championship. Steve Kerr played an important role in their success. This shows a powerful lesson. Even after conflict, a team can come together, trust each other, and achieve greatness. The 1997 NBA Finals. One of the most memorable moments happened during the 1997 NBA Finals against the Utah Jazz. In Game 6, the Bulls needed a crucial shot to stay alive. The defense was all over Michael Jordan, leaving him little room to score. Instead of forcing it, Jordan trusted Steve Kerr. He passed the ball to Kerr, who took the shot and made it. That basket helped the Bulls win the championship. It's remarkable to think that the same teammate Jordan once hit became the one he relied on in a moment of victory. What this story teaches us: this story is more than just a fight. It teaches important lessons. It shows how much pressure there is on a championship team. It shows that conflict can help people grow. It reminds us that respect must be earned. Steve Kerr earned Jordan's respect by standing strong, and Jordan showed growth by admitting his mistake. The reality of greatness. We often imagine greatness as perfect and smooth, but real greatness is messy. There are arguments, mistakes, and moments people regret. Michael Jordan's career had huge success, but also intense moments that sometimes went too far. This story shows that even the best can make serious mistakes. Steve Kerr's experience. Years later, Steve Kerr became a head coach, and that experience stayed with him. He learned how to push players while still respecting them. He understood when to push and when to step back. Seeing both sides helped him grow and shaped the kind of leader he became. A story that still matters today. Even today, people talk about this story, not because it was shocking, but because it shows the truth about competition. At the top level, emotions are intense. People care a lot, and sometimes that passion leads to conflict. What really matters is how they respond afterward. Final thoughts. In the end, this story is not really about a punch. It's about pressure, leadership, respect, and growth. Michael Jordan pushed his teammates to their limits. Steve Kerr showed that he could stand strong under that pressure. And together, they became champions. But think about this. Can tough moments actually make people stronger? Can conflict build respect instead of breaking it? And can one mistake change a relationship for the better? Sometimes, the hardest moments create the strongest bonds. Sometimes the biggest lessons come from mistakes. So, what do you think? Was this moment wrong? Or was it part of what made them great? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video and subscribe to G.O.A.T Report for more real stories behind sports legends.